Hey everyone, my name is Danilo Petrovic.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Well, hey, guess who's back? Ben's gone. I've replaced him. People were saying in the chat on the last one, where's JG? Is he going to be coming back? Has John replaced him permanently? But no, I've answered all them questions. I'm back. I've just, unfortunately, haven't been doing too much work. All the accounting stuff, all the boring Excel sheets, all the stuff I get paid to do. This is more of a leisure thing, but I am super excited for it. What about you? What about yourself, John? How are you?
Yeah, I'm excited. Great to be on a watch along with you, JG. I hope that. Wow, that's a hell of a toss there from Delbonis throwing up high.
Mate, we're going to definitely be talking about the Delbonis toss during this podcast because it's very bizarre to say the least.
Yeah, right. I'd forgotten what it looks like. The last time, actually, I hope I'm not going to upset any Delbonis fans out there. The last time I remember him playing was over a year ago, or actually watching him myself, which was against Nadal at the Australian Open when Nadal won in straight sets.
All right, okay. How are you though? Anyway, I saw a bit of the stream earlier with Sinner Djokovic. Djokovic obviously got that one done in 2 sets. Sinner looked okay in spells, but he just couldn't stick with the mental giant, which is Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, it was a good match. People out there that were predicting 3 sets, like myself, would be a bit disappointed that Sinner couldn't push it to a 3rd set. But he is playing one of the greatest players of all time, even if it is on clay. Anyway, it's great to be with you, JG. I hope we don't upset our audience too much with too much of a Nadal love-in. We're both Nadal fans. I've got, by the way, I'm looking the book as well in the background. I've really set it up nicely. It's for those football or soccer fans out there. But back to the match today. How do you see it panning out?
I'm going to be entirely honest, mate, and I'm not going to beat around the bush with my response. I just don't see a way Rafael Nadal loses this match. I've got him going all the way and winning the whole thing. Seeing Djokovic today and the fact that he's gone already 10 games unbeaten this year, he started in the same vein of form as what he started the last year, and everyone was talking about how he's going to go unbeaten. I just see this one really going to be a Rafa Djokovic final. I've seen the way the draws are played out. I think Djokovic has got a lot of a tougher draw, which is shocking considering he's the first seed. However, I just don't see a way that Rafa doesn't make it to the final. And personally, that is going to be the massive match, really. If we do see 2 of the big goats, as per se, Rafa and Djokovic in the final, what's going to happen there? I just want to see it happen, to be fair. And obviously, it means that he's got to get through this Delbonis here today. And with that, mate, early doors, Rafael Nadal breaks.
Nadal's got his team there. He's got his father, his sister. Coach Carlos, of course, is back. Didn't go to Australia. Decided to stay at home, Carlos Moya. So Nadal will be pleased to have him back alongside him. Of course, he's got Uncle Tony probably not far away, somewhere in the complex.
It would be interesting if Felix was to play against Rafael Nadal. Where does Tony's alliances sit then?
Yeah, did you see the Nadal press conference? I thought it was an interesting press conference. Sometimes these pre-tournament press conferences can be a bit boring, but I thought there was some interesting questions he had to fend off.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch it, mate, to be honest. So you have to fill me in with it.
Yeah, I can fill you in right now as while the match is looking a comfortable start for Nadal. Yeah, it was interesting. He got asked a couple of times, actually. One journalist asked him about the uncle turning up in a different camp, if you like, with Felix. And then he got asked again. And Rafa basically said, listen, mate, I'm really pleased to have him here. He's got his own career. He said it's good for the academy to have him there. But he also, probably the most interesting thing was he said he doesn't need to consult me so it looks like as though he just decided to take the job on to coach Felix and didn't speak to Rafa about it. I don't think Rafa's bothered about it, honestly. But that was probably the most interesting response, was basically that it does seem as though you would think that his uncle might just seek him out, just say, "Is this all right?"
Well, you'd think you'd run it past. You'd think you'd run it past Rafael Nadal at least. But I'm kind of with the uncle a
so.
little bit in terms of, does it really matter too much in terms of, at the end of the day, he's his own person. It's his career. I know there's a slight conflict of interest, especially considering they're both in the same tournament. But I think work calls. We see it in football all the time. You see necessarily players born in certain countries or playing against teams who they're fans of. And I think you've just got to have a look at the professional aspect, and you've got to sort of sometimes differentiate being a fan and a professional career. And I think that's what we've seen here.
I mean, I'm a big football or soccer fan or whatever you want to call it. And this reminds me of when Phil Neville had to leave his brother behind at Manchester United to go to Everton. You've got to put your career first. I'm sure if he did run it by Rafa before, and it's not concrete, I really do suggest you seek out that press conference, both you and the fans, because it was an interesting pre-tournament press conference, and the Felix questions in particular were interesting, and his uncle. And I'm sure Rafa would never stand in his uncle's way. We've all got our own careers to pursue, and I think it'll be good.
He has a lot of respect for his uncle. He has a lot of respect for his uncle. Felix seems to have, I don't know. Felix is out, actually, is he not? I believe Felix is out. I think so. They won't cross paths. Garen beat him on that. So we'll have to see how it goes. Just want to address some people in the chat. Shout out to Almino here. We've got a few of the regulars in the chat. We've got JG subbing in for Ben. Lunch break. Yeah, I'm on my lunch break. Ben had his lunch break very early, but he's got a bit more time to play with because he woke up super early and got all his work in order. I wasn't able to do that. So I've only got the hour and a half, but we'll have to see. Ben maybe will be joining us later on in this episode.
Might not need much more than an hour the way things are going. 30-15 now, Nadal on his own serve.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Rafa looks good, to be fair. I've not caught much of it so far, but some of the early exchanges is going as expected. Delbonis there was sort of, he had the rally in his own hands then, sort of taken his foot off the pedal. And I think, how many players over the years have we seen against Rafael Nadal? There's moments in the match where they're playing okay, they're having some great shots, but it's that fear element of the ball just keeps coming back with so much velocity that then they start thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to start playing a bit more passive now. And when you start playing passive on the clay courts, you may as well just kiss the game goodnight.
Absolutely. But I would miss-hit there from Rafa. Classic early doors, early season miss-hit perhaps there from Rafa, giving Delbonis a slight chance in this game.
Yeah. How do you see it going anyway, John? I didn't even ask.
I mean, it's now 40-30 there heading into the net. I'm hardly going to be sticking my neck out to say Rafa in straight sets, particularly the way it's gone. But in terms of the tournament, that's probably a slightly bigger call. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Rafa's nowhere near got this one sealed yet. But in terms of the tournament, I'm not sure that Djokovic or Nadal will end up prevailing. I mean, obviously we had a bit of a left field winner a couple of years ago, and the last time they played in Monte Carlo with Fognini winning. I didn't predict
Fognini,
it, but
someone who's looked good. Fognini's someone who's looked good in this tournament, and he's defending the points. Exactly. Could he create something a bit special? But with that, there we go. Rafa holds, and he gets out of that bit of adversity at 30-all, and he consolidates the break.
So I think Tsitsipas, that's the one, and I just think Djokovic's run. I just spoke about it very quickly with Ben at the end of the previous match. I just think that the run that Djokovic has got to the final, as good as he is,
it's a lot tougher than Rafa's, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just maybe a bit, I don't know, a bit boring, you could say, in terms of I just see the way Djokovic played today against an informed Sinner, someone who's playing at the top of his game. He's only getting better and better. He's on a high after Miami at the end of the day. And I thought he troubled Djokovic just in that first set a little bit from what I saw of it. But for someone who's playing that well and Djokovic to be able to just sort of get past it relatively comfortably in the end, especially that second set, it just shows what Djokovic is, what level he's playing at right now. Like I said, 10-0. We saw last year went on some mad winning streak until the US Open when he was disqualified. I think we're going to see more of that. And that's why I see him sort of lapping up all of the players who you mentioned, the likes of Zverev he could be facing. Is it Tsitsipas, you say, in the semis? I think he's going to be okay. And I think we'll see him in the final. And Rafa's draw is a lot easier. And I think we'll see him there. So we're going to probably see the two heavyweights going head to head. I'm going to have Rafa on the day. but it's going to be tight. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as the Roland Garros one we saw last year.
No, absolutely not. Then we've got the old classic toss there from Delbonis, or anything but classic in a way, but classic for him. So he's 3-love now down, and really, do you see him getting back into this first set at all?
I think he's got to do it now if he's going to. He needs to obviously hold here. If he gets broken here, you'd say first set's gone. Delbonis is a good clay court player, but he's never really going to be able to trouble. Saying that, that's a brilliant backhand down the line there. I think it just clips the line. 15-love, good shot for him.
Yeah,
and mate, it must be so tough. It must be so tough. Looking the other side of the net, seeing Rafa there, you just you lose confidence instantly before a ball's really hit. So a credit to him to be pulling off them big shots like he has done just there.
Yeah,
he's gonna need a hell of a lot of them to make this one competitive. That's for sure.
Yeah, on the backhands now, from one side to the other. Now Rafa swings out the forehand, and does that hit the line? It does from Delbonis.
Oh, it looked close to me.
Yeah, it did look close. Now on the old slices, and now Rafa pings out the forehand that he loves, and he's on the forehand again.
He's taking control of this rally now.
Yeah, and now back on the forehand.
Oh, he misses it though.
Goes long.
Just long. And as Son of Robin says, like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for joining us for this one. We've got 20 people at the moment. I'm sure a few more people will filter in as this one progresses. But please, like and subscribe. We've hit over 5,000 subscribers now, which has been a lot of hard work, but it's been very enjoyable as well. So if you want to join that number, please do. Join the Discord, like the video, and we'll see you on plenty more of these live watch-alongs.
Yep, a few coming
up. Hopefully plenty more with John, because I really enjoyed your coverage earlier. Obviously, you're a bit of an encyclopedia when it comes to sport in general. Tennis, he knows his tennis, and you're a big Rafa fan, so we have to have John on for this one. Rafa in Monte Carlo.
Thanks for having me on again. No, it's great to be on, and I think this encyclopedic, I take that as a compliment, definitely regarding sport, but maybe I've had a bit too much time on my hands over the years.
Can never have too much time for sport.
Yeah, so we're now at 30-15 here. Delbonis taking a slight lead here on his service game. Rafa picking out the forehand there, going to the backhand of Delbonis, back on the forehand over. Now it's a forehand exchange. Rafa now pushing him from one side to the other.
Ooh,
Rafa goes for the drop shot. He's done it.
Come on, Rafa. Here we go. And I don't know. We've got Son of Robbins here calling for the breadsticks and bagels. Are we going to be seeing that much domination? The way this is looking, it does look like it. Because for me, Rafa's not actually done anything too special. That was a good drop shot. We've not really seen him carving out loads of winners so far. It's been more so a few errors from him, and Delbonis making a few mistakes really under a bit of Rafa pressure, I must admit. But I've not been awe-inspired so far from Rafa. He's just doing what he has to do. Yeah, he's looking good at it, I must admit.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's not a bad opening start to your season on clay. I think playing Delbonis, and in comparison to Djokovic's tricky assignment that he had today, I don't think Rafa will need to be at his best.
Double fault. You can't be doing them. That's just giving it away. And we should talk about the Delbonis serve, because that toss in motion. Have you ever seen the Delbonis? It must be called the Delbonis. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do it.
No, it's for those of you that haven't seen it, I really urge you to check it out.
How would you describe it, John?
Bizarre in terms of the fact he throws the ball back so far it almost reaches the moon. I mean, we talked about moon balls, but that seemed to be a moon throw.
Oh, that's another double fault. And there we go. Rafa breaks again. 2 double faults gifted to him. And we're at 4-0. Or 4-love, I should say, in tennis.
By the way, in support of Rafa, I've got a flamenco mug, kind of flamenco dancing mug there from Seville.
Nice. Love that. And I've got my hat. I've got my Rafa hat on today. I've also got a Rafa t-shirt, but it's a bit chilly in here today, so I've had to put a jumper on.
Yep, so 4-love. He's now serving for a 5-love lead. As we said, you're right. Rafa hasn't had to play at his best so far. Obviously, getting gifted a couple of points there, including a double fault there from Delbonis. But sometimes in terms of the winners and stuff, it is kind of about who you're playing and who your opponent. If your opponent is forcing you into those shots, so for example, against Djokovic or even perhaps a Sinner or Tsitsipas, you've got to pull out the winners a bit more often. But when you're playing Delbonis, maybe you can play a bit more cautiously.
Yeah, of course. He's going to have to play a bit better than what he has done so far here. But saying that, I don't even know if I can say that. He's not had to really do anything in terms of he's just, look at that. There's a wild there from Delbonis. Misses by a long, long way. In fact, you could probably classify that as a shank. I don't know if we've still got the shank button. There we go. It's a bit of unfamiliar territory for me. I've never got the honour of pressing the shank button before. That's usually Ben's job.
Has Ben got the old domination on the shank, has he?
Yeah, he's dominated the shank button, but yeah, that is certainly one there from Delbonis, and he's just playing quite poorly, I must admit. 30 love now.
Rafa at 30 love serving now.
We've got Son of Robin records here saying Tsitsipas to lose. He just knocked out the best player, obviously knocking out Aslan Karatsev straight sets. Maybe watch out for Tsitsipas. He's not looking too bad. I had a little look earlier. Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, did you catch any of the match yesterday with Tsitsipas?
I saw bits of it. I must admit, I saw bits of it. I was busy. My girlfriend was down. I don't get to see her too much, especially with COVID and stuff. So that's why I've not been on the podcast as much, and I need to prioritize other things too. But I did catch a little bit, I must admit, because it's a bit of a sneaky one for me. I have to see how. I thought Karatsev was going far. I had him in the bracket going relatively far as well. Wasn't to be for him this year. I was still encouraged from some certain signs of Karatsev, but Tsitsipas was just too good on the day. And I think Tsitsipas is looking strong for this tournament. But something which sort of stood out to me is the fact that he's won only one title on clay, I believe.
Is it really? And I would think probably his strongest surface. I think Tsitsipas is a bit of an all-rounder. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on at Wimbledon this year. It'll be interesting to see how lots of players get on at Wimbledon this year, whether Medvedev can attack the grass as well as we know he can attack the hard courts. So I think it's going to be an interesting grass court season, albeit a shortened one.
Cool, there we go. It's long, and that is a game to love. And we're leading now 5-love.
Nice, yeah, game to love there. I think.
Cheers, John.
Thank you. Yeah, cheers. I'm on the coffee. I don't know if you're on the water there.
I'm on the water, mate. I'm on the water. It's too early to crack open the beers here in the UK. It's 2 p.m. here. Let us know, guys, where are you watching from and what time is it? Because we usually have some very crazy times. And there's tennis fans. It's a global thing, tennis. There's people from every corner of the globe. It's always fascinating to see people, what time they wake up to watch some of their favourites play. And Rafa right now, he brings in a big crowd. I think we've only had, let's have a look on there, 21 minutes so far of this match. And we find ourselves in a position of 5-love after 21 minutes.
Nice. Then Ben just giving us a quick reminder that Tsitsipas has just won the one clay court title in Estoril, which would be a 500, would it perhaps?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he got to a final against Rublev last year, I believe, in Hamburg. Wasn't able to do that on the day. Yeah, and then I think he played Rublev a week after and then beat him. So
he did. He got his revenge in the biggest match, and that's classic Rublev. You know, picking up a 500 in Hamburg and beating Tsitsipas in the final there, and then 10 days later, when it really matters, in a quarterfinal at the French, I think Tsitsipas won in straight sets.
Yep,
so
that's right.
talking of what you're on, whether you're cracking open the beers or not, I think Nadal will be cracking open the cigars pretty soon. How comfortable this has been.
Mate, he's going through the motions, Rafa, right now. It's not difficult for him at all. And Delbonis has just not done anything. It's actually a bit embarrassing for him, especially someone 87 in the world. This is his surface as well. He's not like a predominantly hard court player. He loves the clay courts. You'd expect a little bit better from him. I'm a bit disappointed from Delbonis so far. But the Rafa fan inside of me doesn't care. I'm more than happy to see right now a Rafa annihilation, just to quiet and hushen some of the Djokovic fans who are saying it's his to lose this year. Let's just pose the question. Remember, this guy's won 11 of these Monte Carlos, I believe. Could it be 12?
Yeah. I'm in a few social media. Oh, well, there's a double fault.
Oh, that's another one. I believe that's his third of the match. And all of them have been at big moments, apart from that one, to be fair. But regardless, you can't be hitting this amount. Let's have a look at the statistics and we can have a little look. I think it's just not updated. So, yeah, it's 3 double faults.
Yeah. So
something quite shocking here. First serve percentage, 53%, Rafa. He's not really hit many first serves in, but he's not had to.
What's that 100% there, though? First serve points won, 100% from Rafa.
Yeah, but he's only hit 53% of them in.
Yeah, true. So he's got 30-15 here. Do you think he can bagel him?
I reckon it'll be a breadstick. I think he'll hold this one.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going to go for the breadstick too. Rafa on the backhand, going to the backhand slice of Delbonis. Delbonis down the forehand, nice and long there, making it tricky for Nadal. But Nadal's the best player of all time on clay. And
there we go.
What do you think about Nadal's backhand? Discuss.
I like it, mate. I think it's an undervalued shot. It's got better and better for me. The way he sort of hits down on it, I think it's effective as hell. It works better on the clay courts, but it's actually been on hard courts recently. I know he's not. I think with his age and stuff now, he struggles especially come against some of the younger players. We saw it against Tsitsipas in the Australian Open. Towards the end, after the about 3 hour mark, you start seeing blown a little bit. But on the clay courts, mate, it's just so effective. We obviously know the forehand, how lethal that is with all that spin he generates. Backhand's good now as well, in my opinion. I
think if you look at him in the early sort of mid-2000s when he first emerged at 18, 19, you compare his backhand today to then, I think he's improved a lot.
Oh, yeah. It's just solid. It's more solid now.
Solid, yeah. And a nice drop shot there from Delbonis brings up game point.
Yep. Nice one. And looks like we could be seeing a 6-1 here, John. Both of us could be right here. I just want to know, guys, what do you think in the chat? We've got Late Ton here saying 6-love, 6-2. He's not even giving him a game in this set. But let us know, guys, what is your prediction? How far as well do you think Rafa can go this tournament? We've seen Medvedev's dropped out now.
Yeah.
Whether that would have been a big issue, I'm not so sure, personally. I think that only frees stuff up for Fognini, if anything.
Yeah, I highlighted to Ben that I saw Rafa and Medvedev practicing. Well, that's nice. So Delbonis brings up his first game of the match.
Yeah.
Also, get some comments in there to see how many games you think Delbonis is going to win today. I saw somebody predicting 2 games over the 2 sets. I think he might pick up 3 or 4 games between the 2 sets. Obviously, here with Rafa serving now, hopefully to win this from his perspective, 6-1. But so I saw Medvedev and Nadal rocking the practice a couple of days ago, a YouTube video, 6-1, 6-1 there, son of Robin. Yeah, and Medvedev, I don't think was going to be any great shakes at this tournament anyway.
No, agreed. I agree. It's not a big loss. I think Fognini, it does help him a little bit because I think he could have come a little bit stuck against Medvedev, but it sort of frees that up a little bit for him now. And we've got some more predictions here. Brandon's going 6-1, 6-2, 1 hour, 9 minutes. And Lake Ton sticking with a 6-1, 6-2. Oh, he's changed his mind now. It's convenient after Delbonis takes a game. I might start doing that on the bracket. Change it as we go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if only you could. Yeah. So anyway, love 15 here, Nadal. An unforced error there. As you said, Nadal's not been necessarily at the races today, but I don't think it's had to be so far.
I can't sing his praises. I can't say anything like, oh, wow, he's really impressed me. I thought he had a nice drop shot. He's just done everything you'd expect him to do. He's just playing in, I wouldn't even say second gear. He's still in first gear, to be honest, just going through the motions. I think I've seen more intensity in some of the training, to be honest, some of the hitting before matches from Rafa. You see him, the intensity there. I'm not saying he's not intense right now, but he's just not had to do too much. It's just been handed to him. It's been a gift.
JG, I think we want to see you on a clay court at some point this year, because you said you've never been on a clay court to play yourself, right?
Never played. I've been playing a lot of tennis, though, recently, because the UK opened up their restrictions recently. So I've been out playing a lot. I think some on the 29th of March. I've played quite a few times, but not a clay court. But that's definitely on my wish list soon. And there we go. Another big one of the backhands we was talking about. Sets up 30-15. Only 2 points away now.
Yeah, 2 points away. And you can't see Rafa dropping his serve now at 30-15. And should see out this set. But stranger things have happened.
Yeah, agreed. It's nice to see him back on the clay as well. As much as I love watching him anytime, Australian Open, he's still a bit out of his comfort zone. It's not a tournament he's historically done as good as what other tournaments, for sure. So it's nice to see him in his comfort zone again, doing what he does best, to be honest. And that's spraying the ball around on the clay courts.
Rafa's team, by the way, I think his team is bigger than some teams put together. He's got his sister there, his father's there, he's got Carlos, his coach there. He's got 4 or 5 people in the stadium and supporting him along. Not that he needs much support, although he's at 30 all now.
Yeah, I feel like with the big guys, there's probably not many restrictions in terms of. There's definitely a bit of bias. Like, would there be such big teams with, say, someone 100th in the world? Would they be allowed? Probably not. I think with Rafa or Djokovic, like you're doing there, money talks, and these guys, at the end of the day, they could have whoever they wanted to come in. I feel.
Even with Australia, we saw one or two privileges that Nadal.
It's hypocrisy. It does wind me up a little bit, to be fair, because I don't think it's fair, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, they're fully deserved to be where they are. So I'm sure there's going to be some extra little privileges here and there, which other players don't seem to get.
So he's got set point here. He goes down the line. He's now dominating the point. Should put this away.
There we go. First set, 6-1, just like that. Easy as you like. And Rafa, how long was that? 31 minutes. Takes the first set.
Nice one there. His sister is already on her phone, trying to work out, probably trying to see how her bracket's going.
Probably watching the podcast, John, trying to see what you're saying about Rafael Nadal.
Or she might already be ordering my book.
Yeah, all that. But no,
so
looking at some of the stats there, you got the winner count there. Rafa, 10 winners to Delbonis. He's only 2 unforced errors, 11 for Delbonis, 4 unforced errors for Rafael Nadal. For me, the big story, the thing what sticks out to me is the fact that Delbonis hit 3 double faults at big moments. He gave away an early break doing 2 unforced errors. No, two not unforced errors, 2 double faults. He then did another one at a big moment. And I think that is just, it's not been the difference, but it's just not good enough. It's just highlighted the fact that he's been a bit lethargic, Delbonis. He's not played well enough to probably beat other players as well. I don't think he would beat, say, some other most of the players in this draw, to be fair, the way he's played today.
Do you think Rafa can get back to number 2 in the world soon? I don't know. The points difference between him and Medvedev must be quite close. I don't know what Rafa would have to do at the next couple of tournaments to bring that back.
Yeah, I must admit, it is interesting. It's interesting to see. I'm not exactly sure myself how it would work in terms of his points. I think it is possible based off the fact that we've got Monte Carlo coming up here. I think he's going to win this one. That's going to give him a lot of points. Also, then after that, Roland Garros, I think he's going to be okay there too. Yeah. So off the back of them two, I think he's going to run it close. I don't see Medvedev having a particularly great clay court season. No.
So I think going into the grass court season, one way or another, Rafa will probably be back at number 2. But obviously, it's a bit complicated to keep up now, and with the system that they have in terms of with COVID and stuff, they've adjusted the points and spanned it over a couple of years, etc. So it's a bit complicated to keep up. But I would imagine a few tournaments under his belt, and Medvedev's clay court form would suggest that it won't be long before Rafa's back at number 2.
Yeah, agreed. And the way he's playing right now, you see him going deep in this tournament and gaining quite a few points, to be fair to him. So I think he's going to be okay. It all depends on how Medvedev does, I guess, really, because there's probably a lot of points on offer in terms of he didn't pick up many during this same period last year. So if he can pick up a few extra ones and maybe have a few semi-finals or, dare I say, finals or wins, then certainly Rafa's not going to be getting close to number 2. But if that's not the case, then he'll be fine, personally.
Delbonis going long there, love 15 at the beginning now of the second set.
Yeah, it seems to started in the same vein as the first set here already. Love 15.
Yep, Rafa going a bit too long there himself, though, bringing up 15 all.
And we've got Son of Robin here saying, your thoughts on Rafa's outfit. I wanted to see what you thought of it. I like it, but I've seen better. I'm not really a big purple fan, personally.
So he's gone for the two-toned purple, for those of you that are not watching the actual...
Yeah.
Got a two-tone purple thing there with a dark purple T-shirt and a light pair of... I mean, there's something a bit pyjama-esque about it, I think.
Is it the colour or the style?
A bit of both, really.
It's always very slim fit, isn't it, with Rafa? Everything's very close to the muscles. I like it personally. I like the fit. I'm just not so sure on the colours. The colours is not my favourite Rafael Nadal attire, I must admit.
On the clay as well, I think that the turquoise or the blue numbers that he's had over the last couple of years.
The turquoise one stands out for me. That's one of my favourites.
Yeah, I think that was a nice thing on the clay. But yeah, he's got tighter and tighter on those shorts over the years that I don't know where he can go really on that, because if you think about it, 15 years ago they were long, sort of almost trouser like.
Yeah,
But
he's gone the other way completely, and I'm all for it. I like it, but I must admit he can't get any shorter. Surely
there's not much room for manoeuvre on there.
Here we go, 15-30. They're in a little rally here, going down the centre of the court. Delbonis injects some power. Rafa handles it very comfortably, and he's just not really injecting much on this, just playing it back. Delbonis comes in and misses an easy smash at the net. Volley, should I say. Poor volley in there from Delbonis. Sets up 2 break points early in this second set.
And he was in charge of the point there. I mean, I think it's so much so that he had Nadal on the stretch on his backhand, that Nadal obviously had little choice but to go for the one-handed backhand. But Delbonis at the net had a put away and hit it straight into the net.
Yeah, and with that, we've got the 2 break points early doors. It's just not looking good. It's more or less, you say, as good as done if Rafa breaks here.
You would think so, yeah. But obviously now we've got it. Nice exchange here. Delbonis put forehand away.
Good shot. Well played, Delbonis. Saves one. And that's probably the second bit of magic I've seen from him all day.
Yeah. So anyways, he's brought up 30-40. As you say, I think Delbonis will be desperate to hold serve here. To lose your serve at the beginning of the second set would look pretty ominous. And that's a hell of a shot there. Rafa on the stretch not being able to make it. So 30-40 first serve. Yeah,
and some interesting... Well, let's just wait for this point before I bring that up. There we go. He saves another one. So we're at 2. So I've got a minute now to talk about some other matches, because Peels just beat Poprin. And that is a bit of a shock. I didn't expect it. Poprin's playing very well. He's looked very comfortable. He won a tournament, I believe, this year as well. Peels a bit of a long stayer, someone who's been on the tour for a while. Is he back?
Well, who's that? Who's made that Puyo comment? Can you pronounce that for me, JG?
Well, I was hoping you could, to be honest.
Maybe whoever you are.
You're the encyclopedia here.
Yeah, whoever you are, wherever you're tuning in from, let us know where you're tuning in from. Our Asian linguistic abilities are not quite as good as our tennis knowledge, I would suggest.
Yeah, definitely. Although our tennis knowledge is sometimes in doubt too. Wild there. And it's another break point. That is so poor. So poor.
Yeah.
He's saying it's Chinese. Yeah, well, Mandarin, I believe, but we don't speak it, so very difficult for us.
But thanks for letting us know. If you could maybe give us one more comment to just let us know how that would be written in English. So if we see you up again, we can or maybe you've even got an English name of some sort. Yeah. We'd love to address you as you'd like to be addressed.
Yeah, of course. That'd be great. Good first serve there. He's opened the court up, though, onto the backhand now of Delbonis. Rafa steps in with that left-handed whip, clips the top of the net. The rally's still going, though. He's dug that one out. Rafa's really, too strong. Too strong. And there we go. Trademark-esque, really. Rafa break, and he leads in the second set, 1-love. And you've got a little challenge on your hand now, John, because we've got Gregors here asking for you to pronounce his name.
Okay, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to go Gregors Brechevich. Let me know how I got on, Gregory.
Not bad. I'd give it an 8.
Thanks very much. But more importantly, what does Gregor think?
4, probably.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was
nice
quite
to have
good.
You on board. Gregor, I'm going to take a guess. Are you from Poland, maybe? Or I hope I've not offended you there by guessing your nationality wrong. Let us know.
Yeah, and this guy's Kevin. He likes to be
Kevin. Great. That's nice, Kevin. Thanks for joining us from, presumably you're in China. Let us know. It's probably mid-afternoon. No, I guess it's late evening there maybe in China, but great to have you on board.
Yeah, he's giving it a 4.
I'll take a 4. That's not bad. I'm getting better.
Not bad at all. And talking of ratings, I'd give Rafa probably about a 6 today as well. I thought he's been okay, but he's just not had to do anything. I'd give Delbonis maybe a 2. Being generous, maybe 1. I don't know. Not been great.
Yeah, you've got to do better than 2. Oh, Rafa there having probably the most difficult moment of his match so far. He just, as he was bouncing the ball before serve, he just let it go actually a bit there. Probably the
I think that's probably the trickiest, the most spot above I've seen Rafa in all match.
Yeah, right. So he's now got a serve here at 15-love.
And it must be a bit weird for you because obviously you've just watched Djokovic play Sinner. It seemed to be a little bit more of a competitive match than what this one is. How would you compare the two?
I think it's difficult. I know it's easy to say that Djokovic obviously won in straight sets against a very tricky opponent, and Nadal is, as you said, a 6 out of 10. I think is fair enough, and Delbonis is playing badly. But tennis is it's one of those games where you that's nice there. That's nice, 30 love. Tennis is also a match where if you really want to show off some of your best shots, you're really being pushed by your opponent to push you into those situations. It's really difficult to look good against someone as badly as Delbonis is behaving or performing today.
Yeah, so that's a good point as well. And the thing is, if he was Delbonis, I'm looking at it from this perspective. You're playing against, well, the best player ever to play on clay. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this match, more eyes than what he's ever had on his matches before. You'd think you'd rise to the occasion a little bit more. Try and do something a bit special. Even if you're missing a bit more intent, a bit more passion in the shots, just something a bit more from him. It's looked lackluster, lazy, lethargic. It's just all the words you just don't want to be describing a tennis match. And that's been Delbonis today. And here we go, 40 love. So close here to a consolidation for Rafa in the second set. We've only had 41 minutes played in the entire match, and it looks more or less done.
It does, yeah. Second serve, Rafa at 40 love. Goes to the forehand of Delbonis, who gets it back in now. It's a nice little exchange here onto the Rafa forehand. You don't want to be on the Rafa forehand too often, but that's a nice shot down the line there from Delbonis. Brings it back on his forehand. Rafa's back in the point, though, and then an unforced error.
And it's a game to love as well, and a consolidation.
There we go.
I just want to say, guys, big thank you to everyone who has joined us for this live watch-along of Rafael Nadal's first match at Monte Carlo this year. If you haven't already, please leave us a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new as well. Really does help the channel out. And would love to see you for more of these live watch-alongs.
Just a quick point on the Rafa form today. It's actually quite sort of clay court last year, and particularly French Open-esque. If you think about it, the French Open, he was kind of sort of winning in straight sets against lackluster opponents last year as he got to the final. And, you know, if anyone was in form going into that final, it was certainly Djokovic, having not at least lost a match on the surface.
Well, you can see it here. I've put it up for you here, so you can see there Rome. It didn't end well for him. Lost to Schwartzman. You can see that. But since then, mate, I must admit, the form's been pretty incredible. He won the whole of Roland Garros in straight sets. You can see some of the people he beat Sinner straight sets, Korda, then were very impressive. Then Schwartzman, who just knocked out Team just before that, and Djokovic in the final. So he's been pretty formidable, I must admit, on the clay court.
Well, just a little stat that's just come into my head there. He obviously won 21 sets without a reply on clay at the French Open. And now he's won the first set today. So that's 22 consecutive sets on the clay surface. He is pretty formidable, but we knew that already. And he's got love 30 now on the Delbonis surf here.
Just looking at Delbonis, he's been in not a bad form himself. I believe he got to the Santiago. I think that's the semi-final against Bagnis. Beat Holger Rune, Munar, Buena recently, Pedro Martinez, Manarino. He's not played bad, this guy, at all. And he's been embarrassed, quite frankly. As I say that, we've got 3 break points yet again. Love 40. Whether there's some kind of injury, we can see his right knee, I believe, is heavily strapped up.
Yeah, true.
I don't want to blame it on that. I think he's just not been good enough. Simply not good enough. 3 break points here. And I think the only person he can really blame is himself, because it didn't seem to have too many injury problems in all the other matches. The whole occasions is sort of overawed by it, I believe, and just can't seem to handle it.
Yeah, nice first serve there, though, to get it up to 15-40. That looked out to me, but no complaints there from Rafa and no questions from the umpires. 15-40 saves the first break point.
Yeah.
Now on an exchange here of forehands on the Rafa forehand.
Too strong. And he's just injecting a little bit of pace when he wants to. And with that is another break, and we lead now 3-love. I think it's time as well, John. Let's get a bit festive. Let's get in that Spanish vibe for Rafael Nadal. And there we go. There's some other news coming in right now. We've got Son of Robin saying Dan Evans 6-4, 6-1. He's just beaten who but Hurkacz. He was the underdog in it. We know how well Hurkacz played recently. Looked unbeatable. Wow. So that is a really, really big win for Dan Evans and a signal of intent to be doing it in straight sets.
Excellent win for Dan Evans. And I just wonder if Djokovic might be slightly happier to play Evans than Hurkacz too. So that maybe makes things a little bit easier for him. I don't want to get too carried away there for Djokovic. But yeah, so that's a great win. Anyway, let's talk about Dan Evans for a second. Great win for him, much needed. I think since he won that tournament on the eve of Australia, he's had not a great time of things, really.
Yeah, he struggled, I believe, in the round before. Lajovic, he didn't struggle, but he made hard work of it. He had some match points, let it go away, lost the tiebreak, went to 3 sets, and then got the job done in 3. But he's been a bit hot and cold, as per se. He played well against Musetti, took a set off him. We know how good he can be on the clay courts. But overall, I've only got praise to really heap on Dan Evans. I think he's playing well, and he certainly is the best English player there is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, Dan Evans had a bit of obviously he'll be very disappointed with the way Australia turned out, losing to Cameron Norrie. Well, I think it was in the first round.
Yeah.
And Norrie, of course, then actually had a pretty good tournament, played quite well against Rafa, albeit he lost in straight sets. The umpire's out to have a quick look at the line. It looks like it went wide. Rafa's having a good old look at this too. He's pointing and gesticulating. I don't know what's going on here.
I can see that. That's very. I feel like that's harsh to give that against him. We'll have a look here from the camera angle. How accurate is it? That's another question we can talk about. The technology on the clay is never as accurate because it moves quite regularly in the clay. You need to continuously calibrate it all the time. For me, I think you can't give that point to Rafa. I think you've got to take the serve again if you're being honest. But
anyway, it's 15 love. They've given it to Rafa, so he's now on a second serve here. 3 love up, 2 breaks. I mean,
yeah. And for people just joining us, it's been a Rafa masterclass in the fact that he's not had to do very much, and he's absolutely walking this match. It's been
a double fault there from Rafa, and he doesn't look happy about that.
Yeah, look, he's shaking his head. You can see in his eyes, like that double fault has wound him up no end. And I think that's the worst thing possibly to have happened to Delbonis this whole match, I think. That double fault could spark Rafa into some oblivion right now, and we could be seeing a bagel.
Yeah, I also think Delbonis has
And there we go. Like I said, big first serve down the tee. Oh, just misses.
Just out. But yeah, I think Delbonis has gone to Rafa's forehand a bit too often today as well. I mean, I don't know if Delbonis has been watching Nadal over the last 15 years, but he's not bad on the forehand.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange tactic, I must admit. That's a lot better from him, though.
That is good, yeah, getting down the backhand line there.
Well played. And Rafa, he stumbles on something. It's like he slips going to that ball. He looks at the floor. I think he's got some clay on his hand as well. What happened there? Oh, he did slip, yeah. His foot just gave way underneath him. Thankfully, he's not injured or anything. It doesn't look like he's hobbling. He's got a slight limp, but I think he's okay. 15-30, he's going to be all right.
Yeah, fingers crossed there. We don't want to see anything bizarre happening. But anyway, it looks okay as he's serving now. First serve at 15-30. Probably the most trouble he's been on his serve all day, I would suggest. I don't think he's had any break points against him as yet, but 15-30, first serve.
But it's not bad to be under trouble after you've won the first set and you find yourself a double break up in the second.
Yeah, right. On the backhand.
He's got a nice little cushion.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a cushion, yeah. He's on the forehand there again. Rafa now being pushed on the backhand. That's nice and deep there from Delbonis to give him a chance with this point. Rafa on the forehand, goes to the drop shot, Rafa, but that's not going to be good enough. He's still in the point, though. It's a smash now for Delbonis, and he's got it.
Well played. And I believe these are the first break points we've seen on the Nadal serve. So 15-40. Come back on.
Not sure about the comeback, but I tell you what, Rafa, that was a very poor drop shot there that basically cost him the point.
I must admit, it was a very good reach, though, from Delbonis. He did very well to get there and take all the pace off the ball, so it just stopped dead just over the net and wins an easy point.
True. It was looking like
very clever.
on for the smash, but actually it was just a bit too high for him, but he managed to cushion it over, so that was nice. It's a great backhand return there. He's on the forehand now of Delbonis. Rafa in big trouble, but he's got back in the point with a deep shot there. Rafa on the forehand now. Rafa at the net on a smash, and he's got it.
That's so good. That is world class.
He was in big trouble.
And it's nice to see. It's nice to see. That's the first time I've seen Rafa actually play some good tennis this match.
And
is that harsh?
No, I don't think. I think it's fair enough. That's the first smash I think I've seen Rafa do in a competitive match since. Do you remember the smash in Melbourne against Tsitsipas?
Oh gosh, which one? I think there was two. Was there not?
Oh, there were two, yeah, but the first of the two, the one at the net when he was basically on top of the net almost.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought it all went downhill from then, didn't it?
It did, and you're right. There was a smash about a minute later, maybe even the next point, but it was a deep sort of. He's on the second serve here, but yeah, that first smash was just he wins that 99 times out of 100, and he did it just now.
There we go. We're going to have one more break point though here for Delbonis. You feel he has to take it just to have a bit more dignity in this match.
Yeah, dignity.
Serves in. He's whipped it onto the backhand, and that's a poor slice. That is not good enough. Not good enough. Giving away the break, and we're at deuce.
Rafa takes a sharp intake of breath there, relieved to get it back at deuce. But to be honest with you, he wasn't really pushed on that point.
No. We've just had 50 minutes. We've not approached the hour mark yet. And yeah, it's just been the same old really from minute one. I think we've seen a little bit better energy from Rafa right now after having them a bit of a shock really of the 2 break points. He's going to have another one there because what a return that is. World-class return there from Delbonis. Sets up a 3rd break point.
Yeah, I think Rafa's a bit disappointed with his serve there, although let's give Delbonis a bit of credit for that excellent backhand return.
Yeah, for sure. Have you been catching much of Monte Carlo aside from these ones today?
I think the only matches I've seen, I saw 1 or 2 on Sunday. Because obviously some of the guys started on Sunday, and I watched Sinner today against Djokovic. So bits and pieces, but I couldn't. I was a bit disappointed. I couldn't manage to watch Tsitsipas Karatsev yesterday. Anyway, we're on a break point here for Delbonis. Rafa on the forehand to the backhand of Delbonis. That's a nice deep shot there from Delbonis, giving him a good chance. Rafa in a bit of bother here. There's a bit of a moonball shot there. Rafa on the backhand. And Rafa again on the backhand. Now Rafa's maybe taking charge of the point, is he? Pushing Delbonis around the court. A backhand slice there on the forehand now of Rafa. This is a good rally, and this is a
really
big point.
Good rally.
Rafa now, is he in charge of the point on the forehand, runs around the backhand?
Oh, well played. Well played, both players. That was really good. Great to watch. A bit of top quality tennis finally for a change. Ends with Rafa winning the point, but Delbonis did everything he could, to be fair, apart from the final one.
Yeah. No, I think ultimately then maybe Delbonis was a bit fatigued after being sort of pushed around the court there, but it was nip and tuck that point. And you can see there from Delbonis' expression, he's a bit frustrated to hit that out. But it was a much higher quality of tennis than we've seen so far. Yeah,
21 shot rally, as you say. And it's good to actually see Rafa stretched and pushed because it sort of gives a bit more of what we can expect throughout this tournament. I think we're going to see he looks good. He looks like he's moving around well. He's serving okay. We know he's suffered a few injuries at the start of the year and pulled out of a few other tournaments, notably the Miami one as well. Personally, I think that's just to save himself for the K, if I'm being entirely honest. But regardless of that, he looks to be moving quite. He looks very mobile. He's moving freely around the court, and I've been really impressed with what I've seen when he's been pushed to, which has been very minimal. I must admit, maybe only two or three shots or 2 or 3 rallies, or should I say?
Yeah, I think Rafa's back is, in terms of his health, there's a nice forehand return there on the second serve from Delbonis, and Nadal goes short and hits into the net. So it's now another break point for Delbonis.
Yeah, annoying. Seems to be playing better when he's actually facing the break points.
Yeah, so with Nadal's obviously at a 2-break advantage at the moment in this second set. So this, the odds are still stacked very much in his favour, but Delbonis trying to get on the board here with a break, and he's got another break point. I think the 4th one of this particular game. Ooh, that went out from Nadal.
Yep.
Hit the
and there
net
we go.
Goes
it's
out.
A break for Delbonis. by far the longest service game of the match, over 8 minutes long. Could this be the Delbonis comeback? I think that's going to be far-fetched, but at least he's got one on the board, and it's pretty impressive to say you broke the Rafael Nadal serve at Monte Carlo. I don't think there's many players who have that under their belt, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think Nadal looked a bit off colour there. Almost like his outfit, a bit off colour there, I think. From Rafa in that service game. There's a bit of a moonball there from Rafa. He'll want to get another break to really, and he's got an unforced error there from Delbonis to go love 15.
Love 15. And I think one thing I would say, me and Ben talk about it a lot on many podcasts, when you break Rafael Nadal, there was some statistic where, I forget the exact number, he's one of the best players, especially on clay, after getting broken, that he breaks straight back. He does not allow for the consolidation of any break. Mm-hmm. His numbers are phenomenal, in fact. It kind of rolls him up like the ball he is, and he goes firing back into that next one. And the chance of him breaking are always super high, I feel. But well done, Delbonis, 15-all.
Yeah, gets the first serve in there, and he's going to have to get quite a few first serves in, you would have thought, in this particular service game to avoid being broken again. So, yeah, he's now 15-all. Let's see what he can do. Just as I was talking up the necessity for the first serve, he's on a second serve.
Yeah, agreed.
Bit of a
into the net, 15-30. Another step closer for Rafa.
Yep, 2 points away from going back to that 2-break advantage, which would pretty much seal the match if it hasn't already been sealed. So 15-30 now. I wonder what's going through Delbonis' head. He's thinking, I just managed to break the guy, and now I'm going to blow it.
Yeah. And there's another interesting match on later. I want to get your take on, because I don't think it's that simple as what everyone makes out it's going to be. We've got people saying Zverev. I know you mentioned Gil Gross earlier has got him to win the whole tournament. You'd think he can go quite far, but I think the opponent he's playing later on in a few hours' time is a tough one. Lorenzo Sonego. It's not a simple match. I believe, did he win the tournament in Italy, in Cagliari?
So, yeah, I think you're right. It's not the easiest match for Zverev. But I don't see him having too many troubles. I mean, I think I mentioned it with Ben briefly before, that you just never know what Zverev is going to turn up. But it's funny, you wouldn't really think a big server like Zverev, who's form from the back of the court, can be quite good on his day, but you wouldn't necessarily think that he would be ideal for the clay. But actually his clay court form and his clay court results tend to be pretty good. Yeah. I think he got to the quarters, I think, in the French last year. I'm just trying to think who he went out.
He's not bad. He's not bad at all. I think he's won a few titles there as well. The big one for me, though, is Sonego, and the fact that he's actually on some good form. He just won Cagliari. He's gone into Monaco and beat someone who I think is an incredible tennis player, Martin Fuchsovich, someone who can beat a lot of players in first round in matches. He beat him in straight sets. In Cagliari in that run, he beat Laszlo Djere, who's playing well. He beat Taylor Fritz, Yannick Kampfmann. He's looking good. I actually fancy maybe an upset today. I could potentially see Sonego. I don't know if he's going to beat him. If Zverev's off colour by any sense of the word, I think Sonego's going to run him close for sure.
And an excellent forehand down the line there from Delbonis. Just when he needed it, break point down there, he's brought it back to deuce. Yeah. So yeah, this is an excellent forehand down the line from Delbonis. Yeah. That Rafa had no chance with that one.
Yeah, we've not seen many of them, but that's a big one. 158 kilometres an hour winning speed. Nothing Rafa could have done from that.
No, not
back at deuce.
First serve. Gets the first serve in. Rafa on the backhand. And
it's another one.
Advantage Delbonis.
It's another one.
Bringing it back to 3-2, which he's now got game points, so he's got a chance at.
He's making a match of it more now. Definitely making it a little bit more competitive. And you can see there, the second set, he's actually hit more forehand winners than Rafa Nadal. He's hit 5 forehand winners compared to Rafa's 4. You've got Paul Townsend saying there are levels to this game. Delbonis would do well to win 4 games in total today. Well, he's not doing bad with it right now.
It looks like he's going to get a third. We'll see.
Yeah. Good first serve. Pushed it back onto the backhand. He's going to have a little, too good. It's a very tricky shot, that one, but
but to be honest with you, Rafa was out at that point and somehow managed to get back into it very quickly there and bring it back to deuce.
Yeah, he does it better than anyone. There's so many times you just see him looking a bit like in a rally where how have you even getting that one back? There's no way. It's the rally's got over, and he seems to pull off this spectacular little slice or something just to regain that composure, and the rally begins again.
Yeah, first serve there from.
Oh, really good deep reply there.
Good deep reply, yeah. Bit of a moon ball there from Delbonis, and it's out from Rafael.
It works. Yeah. The moon ball does him.
There you go. Advantage Delbonis, another game point.
Yeah.
That forehand speed, just a quick comment on that. That's pretty impressive, 158. Just to give you some perspective on that, some of the best shots from Djokovic earlier were reaching 149. So it's almost 10 kilometers faster than Djokovic's winners today.
Yeah, it just shows that on the clay courts, power's not as essential as it is on other surfaces. But with that, there we go. Delbonis holds his serve, which is amazing because that means he's got a consolidation. I know I was talking about a second ago, there's not many people who are able to break and then consolidate. Delbonis has done it. It's a fair play to him. And he's made this second set a lot more competitive than what it was at 3-love down, double breakdown. Let's see what more he can offer, really.
Rafa will be a bit disappointed with... Sounds strange considering he crushed him in the first set and he's a breakup still in the second. But I think Rafa will be a bit disappointed with the way he's played so far today. I
would have to agree. I've not been impressed at all. I think you look at what you saw earlier from Djokovic and the bits I caught. There's going to be people like there always is looking up on the matches, and you'd have to say Djokovic has played a bit better probably this tournament so far. Yeah. I know it's early doors, only been a match. You can't really read too much into it, but that's what people do. They always read too much into everything, especially when the big three are concerned. And right now, Rafa's not started as electric as I would have hoped. And that's based off the performance-wise. We need to remember he's just breadstick Delbonis. He's up a break in the second set. We're talking like he's down here. It's just not the level we'd have hoped to see from him personally.
Well. Uncle Tony is turned up to have a quick see how his nephew is getting on. I think that was Uncle Tony there in the crowd. It's a bit difficult to tell because he was wearing sunglasses and a face mask. But with Felix going out, I guess he's a bit of a loose end.
Trying to get back on the Rafa Nadal bench there, it looks like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so Rafa, I think I'm a bit disappointed with the way things have gone, but maybe it takes him a while to ease himself back into things and ease himself into the tournament. Mind you, if you're going to have an off day, then maybe it's not so bad against Delbonis.
Yeah, no, agreed. He's still okay. He needs to just hold his serve here, and I think we'll be talking in a different vein altogether.
Yeah, it's a big service match here from Rafa, and he'll be desperate to hold serve here. And he's 15-love up, so he started off pretty well, albeit on a second serve there. So, that is Uncle Tony there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, there he is, yeah.
He's got his old Rafa Nadal Academy face mask on, so I think he has switched from Felix back to Rafa.
And what I wanted to ask you is, who's, if Rafa wins this one here today, who's he going to be playing in the next round? Do you know?
Oof, I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. Someone in the live chat can let us know. Rafa looks like, yes, he's got it there, 30-love. Yeah. Live chat people, please tell us who Rafa's due to play in the next round. I don't think it's anyone crazy. Let's have a quick look now. We're going to have a quick look at the draw there. Let's have a look who's down there in Rafa's
I'm just trying to find it. It's weird not having him at the second part at the bottom of the draw, but I can confirm it's someone pretty good. Grigor Dimitrov, who's just beaten Struff in straight sets and Shardy in straight sets. Someone who lives in Monte Carlo, can be quite dangerous here. And funny enough, I want to talk about something quickly. Oh, sorry, I've just got rid of the score. Let me pop that back on. And that is the fact there was a video circulating on social media the other day of all of Delbonis's best shots. And I tell you what, that highlight at Monte Carlo, the highlight reel was incredible. It really puts it into perspective how well he can play at this tournament. And some of the shots he's played is just out of this world, to be honest.
You mean Dimitrov?
Dimitrov, yeah.
Dimitrov, yeah. So, that is a trickier assignment for him, actually, arguably, than Dan Evans will be for Djokovic. I hope I'm not talking down there too much for Dan Evans. But, yeah, that is a tricky one. But you'd expect Rafa to go through. But I think he's going to have to play better than he is today. He's now at 40-15 on his serve, but I think he's going to have to go up a notch to comfortably dispatch of Dimitrov. But we're talking about the best clay court player of all time, and he's won Monte Carlo 11 times. So you would expect Dimitrov to win, but he's Monte Carlo based, as you say. We've seen a few tournaments recently. I mean, notably in Miami, those that spend a lot of time in Miami seem to do very well.
The big one.
Yeah, of course. Although Miami's conditions are probably a little bit trickier. So yeah. But I mean, if he's based in Monte Carlo, we see Djokovic basically. That's his training base for the clay court season largely. So maybe that'll be a slight advantage for Dimitrov. But I would still expect Rafa to A, play a bit better than he is today, and B, to ultimately prevail.
Yeah, no, I agree completely with that, mate. I think it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be hopefully a spectacular match. I think Rafa's going to have to play a lot better, like you said, if he's going to beat Dimitrov, because he's played well. He really has played well. But it's one if we can do a live watch along for, I would hope to be able to be there, because I think it's going to be one a bit more competitive than what we're seeing today.
Yeah, 4-2 now, Rafa. So he does manage to hold serve there, which is pretty important. And he did it to 15 there. So really now we're looking at, can Rafa now ultimately put the seal on the match by breaking Delbonis again? As Delbonis to serve at 4-2 or 2-4, I should say.
Oh, good shot there. Nipping the line into the corner. Rafa's dug it back, and he's reset the rally. Really well played. He's gone for another little moon ball there. Interesting technique. Whips it then, and now he takes control onto the backhand side of Delbonis into the bottom of the net. Love 15. And more Rafa dominance here at the end of this second set.
Unusually,
we've gone over the hour mark as well, I believe. So 1 hour, 5 minutes for the match.
Oh, wow. Rafa's being pushed.
He's been pushed past the hour.
And the old scoreboard is not updating, so we'll keep you abreast of things. So Delbonis is now at love 15 on his serve. Serves to the forehand there. Rafa on the forehand once again opens it up on the backhand slice now from Delbonis. Forehand once again from Rafa. He's in charge at the point.
Misses it. Love 30 now. And let me just see if I can restart it. I think it has to be done by itself, to be fair. It's one of them ones where there's not much I can do. If it's not updating, it's just not updating.
I mean, if this was tight at 5-all in the fifth or something, I think people want to be having that scoreboard pretty accurate. But all you need to know is that Rafa is on the verge, if you like. So, it's love 30 now. Delbonis on a second serve here. Does his usual crazy high toss. It's a pretty good return there from Rafa. Rafa on the forehand into the net. And he holds his hand to his face. Cannot believe that he's not pushed that to love 40. So
yeah, it's a poor shot from him, because it should be a few break points now for him, and you'd expect then for the match to be more or less over.
Yeah, right.
I think we're going to have Ben joining us shortly. I'm going to probably have to nip off. I've done my lunch break to the maximum, and I'm going to have to get back to work now, unfortunately. But I think Ben's got a few spare minutes. Hopefully it's not going to be too long for him, just to jump in and finish off the stream. Sure. We'll get Ben in here now when he's ready. I'm sure he can. There we go. He can add himself in. I'm going to probably just jump out and say big thanks to you, John. Really enjoyed seeing you and speaking to you. We'll have to have you on again for 100% for more Monte Carlo matches. And hopefully we can cover a few more Nadal ones. Maybe Nadal Dimitrov could be the next start.
Oh, man, it's going to be an epic one, that one. But Delbonis, is he out of this already?
Mate, I think so.
All right. Oh, cheers, JG.
Yeah,
thanks
see you guys.
Covering it.
Bye.
Catch you in a bit.
See you guys.
All right, I'm back, John.
Nice to see you again, Ben.
Take us through the remaining what could be one game of this matchup, as Rafa looks pretty dominant out there in his nice purple outfit.
Yeah, so he's at 15-40 now, and they're on an exchange there. Rafa on the backhand to the backhand. Once again, now on the forehand of Delbonis, cross court, and Rafa into the net again. He's gesticulating at something there. I don't know what he wants. He wants to have a look at the ball. He's not happy with the ball there. Gives it a squeeze.
Why is he not happy with the ball?
Sort of, yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem to be pretty happy with the ball there. Well, I mean, he just hit that right into the net there. So I remember he had a bit of a complaint last year at the French Open. I think they switched from Babolat to Wilson or Dunlop. I'm not sure what it is, but so they've got Dunlop there today. But Babolat obviously is his sponsor for the rackets, and they've always used Babolat at the French Open until last year when they switched, I think, to Wilson balls. But someone out there can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that was more of a marketing thing, that he was just lamenting that his brand wasn't being used at his surface and his tournament in Roland Garros. Anyway, there he goes, hits it out. Another unforced error there from Nadal. Ball or no ball, he hit that out. So it's juicy.
Missed 2 break points there, Rafa. I'm not hopefully going to be his bad omen. Hopefully the match doesn't start unraveling when I arrive in support of Rafael Nadal. It's replacing JG, the ever Rafael Nadal big fan. And me. Oh, there you go. Massively wide there from Delbonis. Another break point. There you go. Have another go.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Delbonis is like feeling a bit sorry for Rafa there after the ball complaint. He's like, "Hey, I have another break point."
Yeah, bizarre, wasn't it? Like, what was it? Just so far wide. His ball toss is so high as well. It's one of the few players who tosses the ball up really high for a serve. Very interesting service technique.
On the backhand there from Rafa.
It's into the net, and there you go. Rafa will be serving for the match after this break. Prabesh saying, can you stand up? I want to see who that is on the t-shirt. Well, you can probably see. It's a lion called Aslan Karatsev. Should know that. Yeah, unfortunately he's out, but Tsitsipas probably the favourite after knocking out Karatsev now, surely.
Yeah. I mean, how do you think that would pan out? I mean, I know you have a Djokovic win. So I don't know if you saw, but Dan Evans is through at the expense of the Miami Open winners. So Dan Evans against Djokovic in the next round.
Ruining my bracket again. Thanks, Dan. I should have really just given him a bit more faith, to be honest. But that's what Dan Evans does to me. I call him my dark horse for the Australian Open. He goes out first round. And I go against him and then he wins.
I think he's a bit, along with Sinner as well, going into Australia, he was a bit unlucky in a way by getting to the final on the eve of the tournament. So there was 2 or 3 players that we saw going into the Australian, arguably a bit jaded. And I think Dan Evans and Sinner both sort of suffered a bit in their first round matches because they'd gone so far in the immediately previous tournament that they end up both going out in the first round in Australia. Yeah. Anyway, we're down here with Rafa serving for the match.
Yeah, let us know in the live chat if Rafa serves this out. What do you reckon his chances are against Dimitrov? Interested to know your thoughts in the live chat. Do you think that's another easy win, or do we think that Dimitrov can cause the upset? We saw Rafa upset at the Rome Masters. It was Diego Schwartzman that did the job that day. Could it be Dimitrov? He likes to upset the apple cart. He'd beaten Roger Federer before, don't forget, in the Grand Slams. He likes to turn up against the big boys sometimes. So he has the game to beat anyone on tour if he plays his best tennis. Yeah,
of course, he knocked Team out, I think, in Australia before going out to a certain Aslan Karatsev. So now we're here on the Rafa serve now. He's on the forehand. Back on the forehand again of Rafa, hits the net twice in this rally, but both times it clips the net and goes over. We're now on the backhand of Delbonis, over to the backhand of Rafa. Backhand exchange now, but now on the forehand of Rafa, takes charge of the point. Does he back on the forehand? There's a run around there, but Delbonis.
And why just got impatient, Delbonis? He was still in the rally, clearly there, and he could have just stayed in it. It's just like he knows Rafa's not going to go away and he'll keep pushing him side to side, and he just thought, I'm just going to go for it. They're not prepared to try and outlast Rafa. I'm just going to accept defeat in that rally. Sad. Well, if that's the stand. If that's what his sort of mentality is, he doesn't deserve to go any further in this game or in this match.
Watching Rafa serve, his ball toss seems barely high enough. But I think I've been watching Delbonis' ball toss going up into the clouds so often that I'm a bit confused when I see Rafa's with his regular ball toss. Now we're back on the backhand there for Delbonis. Is that a forehand winner? No, Delbonis gets it back. No, he doesn't.
Nah, Miles Long again. 30 love, 2 points away. Leighton saying that Dimitrov will challenge Rafa. It's possible. I think it's definitely possible. He can give anybody a good game. It's Rafa on clay. So, I mean, I can't really see it going any other way than Rafa winning. This one, he can do it sort of a canter, really. It's not really getting out of first gear at all today. Just as done enough. Doesn't look like he's even that interested on the court, if I'm honest.
So Rafa's won. If Rafa wins today in straight sets, which is obviously he's 2 points away from doing, that'll be 23 consecutive sets on clay.
We've got Joshua Robinson saying, how do you guys feel about Sonego's grunt?
No.
Not that mad about it. I'm not that bothered about it. There's but don't forget you got Andrei Rublev, and he's got one of the most distinctive ones on the tour now, and that doesn't bother me either. It's just part and parcel of his game now. If it was to get slightly more ridiculous, then I'd probably be annoyed about it. But if it was getting he doesn't do it all the time, just on big shots mainly.
Yeah, it's funny. Medvedev is someone who has a little occasional grunt, but I notice with Medvedev when the points get tight and get difficult, if you like, it's when it's a natural reaction, I guess, that you're going to be pushed a bit. You're more likely to grunt, and we're now looking at a baseline rally here between Rafa and Delbonis. Delbonis on the backhand to the forehand of Rafa.
Ooh,
Delbonis a winner.
Wow, that was incredible backhand down the line from Delbonis. Where was that a minute ago? He's complaining about it, Rafa. He's saying he thinks it was out. Looked in to me. Yeah. Umpire says in. So 30 all. Bit late to be pulling out those type of shots, to be honest. But
you're right. It's exactly what Delbonis tried a couple of points ago when he hit into the net. What's Hawkeye saying?
It was just in by about a millimeter. So Rafa, right to challenge, but umpire did their job there. Well, here we go, Rafa. Where's he going to put this one? Important serve at 30 all here. It's going out. Oh, it's an ace. That's how you answer a winner like that.
I think that might be the first ace of today from the two matches we've seen. There wasn't one in the Djokovic match.
Yeah, there was one. Sinner pulled out one in his last service game, but that was it. Too little, too late.
Anyway, so Rafa pulls up an ace to put match point.
Yeah, mate. Here we go. Match point. Oh, he's hooked it out. Delbonis just slicing to keep it in. Rafa. God, what was that? Just went way over the top with that forehand. He had the whole court to aim at. Just bizarre. Now it's juice, but maybe Rafa's, I don't know, he's just overcooking it just for no reason. Delbonis didn't even look like he was in that rally.
No, that was certainly Rafa losing the point there rather than Delbonis winning it.
Go serve into the net this time. Has Delbonis got a way back into this set, we ask ourselves?
At 5-2 down, 2 points away from losing, I'm not so sure.
I know. Probably a heavy underdog right now with the boot on. There's a double fault there and break point. Delbonis. Rafa, what's he doing? Why would you be doing this right now, Rafa? Just trying to make it more interesting. There's not even any fans there. It's not like he's trying to get people more interested in the match, is it?
Yeah, so now it's break point, Delbonis. I don't know if you caught any of the match before you joined us, Ben, again, but Rafa's been off colour.
I caught a bit of the second set. This first set I didn't catch. I was just trying to eat something. I was just listening to you guys. But yeah, the second set, it looks patchy at best. But I think with these matches, it's the same in any sport, if I'm honest. I think they find it hard to get up for playing players like this. It's like these early round matches, they can be potential banana skins for some players because there's nothing, you don't really have anything to win. You're expected to thrash them, and if you don't, you're going to be criticised anyway. So
Rafa coming into the net there to crowd out almost Delbonis on the backhand, and Delbonis hits it into the net to bring up a match point for Rafa.
See, Tween has joined in. We're already going into this match with the fact Delbonis will lose. Well, it is match point number 2. We'll find out if he does lose right now. Here we go. Where's he going to put this? Down the tee? No, he's gone out wide. Delbonis fires the return back. Down the middle rally right now. Who's going to go for it? Oh, power there from Delbonis. He's stepping in. Oh, great shot. He's into the net. Great volley. Well played, Delbonis.
Yeah, I thought he'd gone long there, Delbonis, but it must have really gone very deep at least, and he's now brought it back to juice.
Yeah, well, there you go. It shows that he can play if he wants to. It's like sort of all or nothing at the moment by the looks of it. I'm sure if it was him serving at match point, he wouldn't be playing with as much freedom.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's almost like, as you say, all or nothing now. He can play freely, and yeah, he's pushing Nadal again on Nadal's serve, and now back at juice.
Exactly. Oh, he's hit the net cord. Second serve to look at here. Rafa not really closing out this match with any sort of conviction, it has to be said. I would have thought this would normally, the normal Rafa would be pinging a couple of aces or just a 1-2 punch. What's he got? Delbonis? Oh, Delbonis is just gone for that, and it's just terrible. Miles long, and there you go. 7 minutes and a half this game so far.
Miles Long. When you said Miles Long there, Ben, I thought that was somebody in the chat. Someone's called Miles Long.
It could be. Delbonis' long lost cousin.
Yeah, right. So match point Nadal. Once
more. This is the third one. It's good returning from Delbonis on these serves. He's turning it up, turning up the heat. He's running around the baseline more than he was when he was actually in the match. And there you go. It goes long. Rafael Nadal. Did we expect anything else? I don't think so. There you go, mate. It's pretty straightforward, that one for Rafa. Don't think he was really troubled by Delbonis at all in that. I said 6-1, 6-1. It was 6-1, 6-2. Close enough. Only one breadstick, and he got away. I think we were calling number 2 a swan. So he got a breadstick and a swan. Feed the swan with the breadstick. That was it, mate. Game over. I don't really know what more we can really say about this matchup, to be honest. It was pretty one-sided.
I think it's just a case of Rafa's going to have to just play a bit better, I think, for if he's going to dispatch of Dimitrov comfortably.
I think so too, mate. I can't stay on this stream too long, unfortunately. I've just jumped back in during work just to finish it so JG could finish his lunch break. So I think we're just going to wrap it up. But appreciate you again, John, for joining us. Hopefully you get to join myself and JG for more streams during the Monte Carlo Masters. But have a great rest of your day, mate.
Thanks, mate. Take care.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, everybody who's watched this one. If you haven't liked the video yet, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.